Hello and welcome to another video of the explaining series. As some of you might know, Revive released 4 new maps throughout the last week, and yeah, I've been on the grind. I got world record on 3 of them, still trying to get world record on Yagrium. I'm like 80 milliseconds off, so I can get it, but it just takes some time. But yeah, I figured since the explaining series has been gone for a while, I would try and explain them as much as I can. This was gonna be a long video because I'm gonna do all of them in this video, starting in the order that they released it. So first Greenhouse, then Wonderland, then Aperture, and then Yagrium. I'm not gonna make Yagrium fully because obviously I've already done that on Hive. I'm just gonna give a few tips for the changes that were made on Yagrium and some faster strats that I found. So now there's gonna be time codes in the description, so you can go to each part whatever you want to look up. So yeah, let's get straight into it, starting with Greenhouse. So on Greenhouse, the best time I got is a 59.2660, which is world record right now. But there's currently like some debating going on if 58 is possible. But for the world record, I used a 4-strafe route. So 4 strafes means that I used my first strafe immediately out of the start, and at the end I just used it to get into the portal. But obviously it could be that the first strafe isn't optimal, which actually is the case, and you could use it somewhere else. That's currently what we're trying. We haven't quite figured it out, but it might be that somebody could get a 58 on here and I would have to make an update to this. But yeah, let's just explain the 4-strafe route. So as I just said, you need to strafe immediately out of the start. I go 6 blocks back because that always works really well for strafing immediately. And I strafe like this. That's just first strafe. I think left strafe works best here due to the way I use my strafes after this. But yeah, you could use under strafes as well. Then you go around the corner, adjust as much as you can around the corner. I press D once here actually when I go around the corner. You can see it right there. I pressed it to get a little bit tighter. Because if you do it really well, you can actually keep your jump pattern onto these dispensers. I didn't make that, but it's really hard to do, and it actually doesn't save that much time. Then you're gonna wait a little bit, walk onto this block, and then jump up here. Go around the corner. At best, you want to get these 2 ice boosts here, so this one and this one. Then you're gonna go up the stairs, and for this, you can either just run up to this and just jump on the very edge of this. What I did first, but now I actually like to adjust a long way around and then just keep my jump pattern here to jump around the corner. This jump is kind of hard, but what you need to keep in mind is the hitbox of this block doesn't end right here. So it doesn't actually end halfway where the block ends. It actually ends over here, so you can jump all the way onto the corner and you won't die because the hitbox extends all the way out. After you've done that, you can jump onto this part. So I would jump on the trapdoors on the side because you might clip the carpets. Yes, you can clip carpets. Even though they're literally 1/16 of a block, you can still clip them. After that, you want to just jump around here as well as you can. Obviously, you have to break your sprint twice, which is not that good. But yeah, it's just the best thing to do right there. After that, you can get head hitters right here, actually. Works really well. And now for the hardest part of Greenhouse, the tree skip. So what I always do on here is I jump on the side of this. Watch out to not clip the corner. I actually do that way too much. It's pretty hard not to clip it. Get a good slap boost right here. You're gonna land onto this glass pane. You can actually make it onto this block, I think, but it's really hard, and I've actually never done that. So you don't need to worry about that. Then after you land on here, you want to jump to the right and back. So as you can see right here, I'm pressing D and S, which lets me land on this block. Then I jump up and I jump out of this. So this actually looks way easier than it is. So what you have to keep in mind here is, right when you land on this block, there's a block above your head. So you have to jump right off the corner of this block right there, which is not that easy. So you're gonna have to learn the timing for that. It's really precise and it takes some practice, but you will get better at it after a while. And the same thing applies here. you are under a block, so you have to jump at the very edge, which is actually not that easy. So timing this can be quite hard at first, and it obviously takes a lot of practice, so if you can do this, just go around the normal parkour. It doesn't lose you that much time, but yeah, this is the faster way of doing it. After that, you want to go over here and take those head hitters. Then after that, you can get a head hitter right there, turn to the right. Watch out to not clip a block here. You can break your sprint for a little bit if it helps. After that, watch out to not clip the water. I try to land on this block right here. And now for the second strafe. The setup is actually really easy. You want to land on the second ice, so get an ice boost of that. Then you want to jump 1, 2, 3 times. Just count. You can count your jumps from that actually. You got that jump. 1, 2, 3, and strafe. And then you will make this jump without any problem with the momentum of the strafe. Be careful not to clip this block right here. It's actually not easy. I think I did clip it here as well. Yes, I did. But yeah, it saves a little bit of time if you don't clip it, but it's not that bad if you do. Right here, I think getting ice boost is a really, really good idea. So just try to do it like this. It just gives you so much momentum, that jump afterwards. You can see it. That is insane. What you just have to be careful is that you have to go out of the head hitters and jump over these stairs. The stairs will slow you down a lot because they take all of that momentum that you would get, like this, away. After you've done the ice boost, so you get one jump here, jump another time, and then go into the head hitters right here again. Then you can just run down this glass trap. You can actually make this without stopping your sprint, but I think you have to get perfect head hitters for that. And if you don't get perfect head hitters, just break your sprint here for just a little bit and jump to the end of this block and strafe. That strafe is really easy. Don't worry about it. You'll get used to it. Here you can just keep jumping, and here you can either get a weak slap boost or a good slap boost. The difference is, if you get a weak slap boost, you might not make the jump. That depends how good your momentum is. So if you strafe like really far back on this block, you might not make it with a weak slap boost. So you have to be careful about that and maybe get a good one if possible. But if you can't get a good one and a weak one gets you there, that's just fine. I think I did a weak one here. Yes, I did. Then you go around the corner. It's actually best to still land on this block. That's a little bit faster. Then you want to go around here. Watch out to not over jump anything. That could happen at that block. And don't underestimate these jumps. You might actually fall down here, so you should maybe break your sprint if you feel like you're not gonna make it, because making that without stopping your jump pattern is impossible, I think. So just be careful about these jumps, and yeah, watch out for that. Also watch out for the last stairs. You might clip them very easily. What I always aim for is to land on top of the first stair, so right there, to not clip anything. I actually clipped at the end, which is kind of unfortunate, but, well, it's whatever. It didn't lose me that much time. And here, I actually wanted to use my strafe one jump early, but I got it back one jump later, so that's actually something that could still be optimized. But basically, you just want to spam your strafe as soon as you have it, but pay attention to not do it one jump early like me, because if I didn't look to the left, I could have gotten closer to the portal. I could have gotten more distance, and if I started looking to the left a little bit later, I might have gotten a little bit lower time. But yeah, that's really it for Greenhouse. That's how I got a 59.260. You could still improve this a little bit, but I'm currently not trying it. If I want to do something, I'm going to go for a 3 strafe route to get a 58 straight away, because more improvements would just be probably in the 0.1 or even 0.0 range, and yeah, who cares about those? So, yeah, let's move on to the next map. Alright, so next up is Wonderland. Wonderland was released on the second day, and Wonderland is actually my least favorite map, because it's already optimized, and that's just so sad after literally one day of playing it. So, for Wonderland, there were 2 big strategies, 6 strafe and 5 strafe. So, the problem with 6 strafe is that you have really not that much time to use your strafes, and you basically almost have to triple strafe into the portal, and it's just really awkward. And 5 strafe just makes it all a lot smoother, and I think is actually faster. So 5 strafe is what I used for the record. So for Wonderland, you want to go a little bit less than 6 blocks away from the portal. I always use this carpet as reference, so it's always 1 block behind that. But of course, you can experiment with this, whatever works the most for you. This is what works best. Just try to not go too close, because if you actually want to keep your jump pattern, then you might clip the front of the drop, which obviously you don't want. But yeah, let's start. So you jump in, and then you immediately use your left strafe, immediately when you can. I use this to get it back as early as possible, of course. That's what I try to do here. Then you will land at the very end of this invisible blocks trap, or not, more like at the end of this first part of it. And then you want to use your back strafe. You should make the jump onto this part then, and after that you can just keep your jump pattern into the checkpoint. Right here, this is what a lot of people have been confused about. I'll try to explain it as well as I can. So I jump immediately on top of the first staircase. So I am really close to this staircase, so I can get a boost off it. So I get that boost right there. And after that, I adjust. You could get a boost off this one, but that's really risky, because you're not gonna make the jump to up here. You have to hit this somehow, but that's really hard if you get a slap boost off this. So what I do here is I adjust. As you can see, I'm pressing A, and I jump onto the first stair, then I jump onto the second stair, and then I get a final slap boost off this one. That's, I think, the easiest way to do this, and also the safest. It fails sometimes, but it's really not that hard to do. So after that, you can get slap boosts right there. Watch out to adjust a little bit to not hit the carpet. And then get more slap boosts right there. Then you can land on the speed. Important, don't get a good slap boost of this. Just press your spacebar once. You don't even need to get a good slap boost of this. That's important for the third strafe that's coming up right here. So obviously the strafe is kind of tight. You have to not strafe too early to hit any of these blocks on the side, and you have to not strafe too late to strafe into the water or touch the waterfall and make it slow you down. So this is something you're gonna have to practice for a bit. But yeah, if you get a weak slap boost, you should actually be perfectly lined up. So at the end of your jump, you should be like right here. You just need to strafe at the right time, which is something you're gonna have to get used to. If you have high ping, obviously you're gonna have to strafe a little bit earlier to get your boost at the right time. But yeah, this is how it works for me. Some people like to get an extra jump here, so they just, what I do here is I go diagonally to this side already to be as close to that portal as possible. Some people just like to stay right there and then get an extra jump before the ice boost. I don't know if that's faster or not, but I don't think so. So I just do it like this. Get the ice like this. It's hard to stay below it the whole time. So this is also something to practice. But the best thing to do here is to stay below the trapdoors at all times. So you're gonna have to practice to stay below it the whole time. This was actually kind of close. I almost jumped out of it. But yeah, after that, my ice boost actually wasn't perfect. If you get this perfectly, you could actually make it on top of this block without even having to stop your jump. I had to stop my jump. It loses a little bit of time, but it's not that bad. Then you want to go up here. You can get the slap boost if you want to, but you don't really need it. I get the second one. And then here, there's also some different strats. I like to not go for this slap boost. Jump on here, make the 4-block jump all the way over there. Then get head hitters here. Watch out, you have to get 3 head hitters here. And if you actually land too far into the block, you can only get 2 head hitters and you will die in the water right after. So what I usually do here is I adjust a little bit, or I just look to the left. Like here you can see, I tilted my mouse slightly to the left to be below the block a little bit longer to get my extra head hitter. Then, again, be careful not to clip the stairs. For that, you need to land in increments of half a block, so either here, or here, or here, or here. So the best part to go for here is right there. then you go up the jump boost, get a slap boost right there, then again jump in increments of half a block, so land at best you will land right there. Do the parkour like this. Watch out to adjust a little bit so you don't clip the bottom of the stairs. Here, the best part to go for is actually jumping right there and then getting as many slap boosts as possible. So you might need to break your sprint for that a little, but it's going to be worth it. Like that. Then you can get another slap boost right there. Go up the ladders. And now for the ending. So you want to jump right here. From there, you can land on the edge of this block or this block. It honestly doesn't really matter. I already jumped there to go to line up for my strafe right after. And then what you want to do is you want to jump over here, then walk off this edge. Don't jump, just walk, and jump again when you land. So from there, you should make the jump to this red block, and that's where you're going to want to use your strafe. So as you can see, my strafe isn't back yet, but it's going to come back in just a second, and it was just perfect timing right there. And then you land on this red mushroom, turn around, use your last strafe into the portal. And now you can see what I mean with optimized. I literally got my strafes back at the perfect time. There's no later time. You can even see my strafe. My strafe isn't even green. It turned green for like a frame or something. Then I immediately used it. And that's the reason why this is already optimized. Like, you can't squeeze much more time out of it unless you find a different strategy. That's why I don't really like this map. But it was still really fun to speedrun. And it was also kind of easy. It wasn't that hard of a map in comparison to the other map that we're going to look at next, which is Aperture. So let's get straight into that. So the third map that was released was Aperture. And this one was the hardest of them all. Definitely the hardest speedrunning-wise. And probably also just in general. So let's just go over this and make it a little bit clearer what you should do here. So at the start, I go 4 blocks back. It actually works quite well for me, but obviously you can experiment with this as much as you want. I start a little bit after 1 comes up, and I do this so I can land on the second leaf block here, to strafe off of it to land onto this iron block, make the jump to the crafting table, and then immediately strafe again to land on this red block, jump over to this stair, and then make the jump over there. Then I just go as tight as possible here and jump through the portal. I actually think I kept my momentum here, which is the perfect start that you want to go for with this strat. There's actually another strat to do at the start here that I'm going to discuss now. So, this is the other method for doing the start. This is a video from Sir Untouchable. It will be linked in the description. And so he basically does this. First strafe is the same, but then he jumps around the corner here, does the parkour like this, and then strafes here. So that skips the need of having to go around all of this here, and just uses the strafe here immediately. But obviously, you still have to do this parkour, which I have actually never done, but it doesn't seem too bad. So whatever seems easier for you, you can try both of these strategies. Yeah, let's get back to the normal route. You can choose whichever one you want to take. For me personally, this one is more comfortable because that's what I started doing, and I don't want to learn the other one now. I can't be bothered. So I tested this with Sir Untouchable, which one is faster, and we were literally at the same pace after both having a pretty good start. So I think either of these starting strats are just fine, and you can do both of them. So what you want to do after is you go through this portal, and then here, the third strafe is about to come up. As you can see around the portal, there's these staircases. And what you have to do here is you have to land on the lower part of the staircase right there, right after the portal. It's on the left side. And then off that, you want to use your back strafe. You're going to land on this crafting table. And then from there, you can make the jump all the way onto this red block, then jump to the other red block, and then jump all the way over here. That's a pretty cool third strafe, and it's actually not hard to do. You can of course use other strafes if you feel like Backstrafe is too hard there. Backstrafe, I just got comfortable with it, but you could also use a right strafe, whatever works best for you. You just have to line it up with the other strafes. Every strafe works there. After that, after going through this portal, you might need to adjust it a little bit to actually make it below this leaf block so you can get head hitters there. Then you want to get another head hitter right here. Be careful not to clip any of the blocks at the side. And then wait just a split second, and right as this dirt block is about to come up, you're going to jump up and get into the head hitters here. Get the stairs here. And then after that, you want to adjust a little bit. This is so you can actually jump over the water from this block. This is important so you can keep your momentum and just jump over here. Here you're going to have to slow down for just a little bit. So you have to stop your sprint jump to be able to jump onto the corner of this block to make the jump onto this stair. Get a slap boost off the stair like this. Then I've experimented with this a little bit. You can either get a slap boost of this, or you can do it like I just did. Just jump up here and wait. So you wanna be up here, wait, and then jump. So you keep your momentum going into this drop. This actually makes you faster while going down, and I think that's actually the faster method of doing this, instead of just clipping this thing up here and just going down that way. Then you can either go on the left side of this or on the right side. I've just got comfortable with the right side. You can honestly do both. Watch out for these head hitters. It's really, really easy to just fall into the middle of it. And yeah, missing this, of course, ruins the run. So what I do here is I adjust a lot. So I land at the very start of the stair, get one head hitter, and then get another one immediately after. So I can get over the hole. It's actually quite hard to do. I failed a lot of runs here, and if you don't get this immediately, don't be frustrated. It's really hard. After that, you wanna stop your sprint jump here, just a little bit, land on the iron trapdoor. No, that's not a trapdoor, I'm sorry, that's an iron fence. You wanna land right on there, and jump all the way on top of these fences. It's not the easiest thing in the world. I also failed a lot of runs here. So what you want to do is you need to be careful to land on the iron fence, so really far back, and then right after you pass the corner, not before, because if you do it too early, you will hit the corner. You want to press A to move to the left here, so you can land on top of it. After that, be careful to land on one of the iron fences here again. If you land on the crafting tables, your momentum will be kind of bad, so landing further up here is actually the better choice. And here, this is also something important that can lose you a lot of time. I think here are two really important slap boosts to go for. So the first one I go for is this one right there. And the second one I go for is this one. So as you can see here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. But if you get a perfect slap boost here, you can actually make it over all of them without having to clip on this red wool here. And that's what I did. And that actually makes you a lot faster. As a gravity player, I can tell you jumping into stages is much faster than walking into them, which is essentially what you would do if you would clip at the very top here. So jumping into this is much better and gets you down much faster. For this dropper part, a lot of people have been complaining that it's too hard. But what you want to do is, you turn around immediately, don't hit this thing, don't go for any of these slime blocks higher up, that's extremely slow, and it's gonna slow you down a lot. So you want to go down here, and when you are past this stage, all you have to do is go forward, basically. So right after this, you want to go forward more and more. You only have to be careful not to hit this, but you can go forward extremely early. You have to not underestimate your momentum going down here. You're really fast, so you need to be going forward as early as possible. I actually kind of screwed this up here. Look where I landed. I landed about right here. You could do this a lot better and land about right there, which would still save a lot of time. But yeah, if you go forward there a little bit earlier, that would actually help. After doing, obviously press space on the slime. After pressing space there, don't jump onto the jump boost. Just walk onto it and jump as soon as you can. Then keep your jump pattern here. This is really straightforward. Walk on the speed. And now the next room is kind of confusing for a lot of people. So what you want to do here is, you want to go to the left. Don't take the first jump pad. Jump to the second one. And then take the jump pad. From there, you want to jump to this block. And then you should be able to keep your jump pattern all the way over there. If you do that jump with the jump boost well. Then you want to take this jump boost, but don't jump here. Actually jump up here. Jump up here. And then you can turn around and jump up here. I actually did this perfectly here, I think. So you can land on this slab, or stair, then turn around, go a little bit to the right side to not clip it, and then jump up again. I think that was pretty much the perfect execution there. Of course, you can do it a little bit slower, and maybe walk up a little bit higher on these staircases, which makes the jump easier, of course, but make sure to turn around early enough so you can still have jump boost while you go up there. Then here, I keep my jump pattern onto the jump pad. I adjust here a little bit. I press A and D and wiggle a bit around. It looks kind of stupid, but it's just so I don't clip at the top right here. I just wanted to avoid that because obviously that slows you down. Right strafe here. Don't strafe too early because I've done that before, and you will hit this part of the staircase, which is really annoying, and it obviously kills your run. Then get head hitters right there. Be careful not to clip this little crafting table. Yeah, it will also slow you down a lot. Then after that, you can keep your jump pattern onto this edge of the invisible blocks. So right here, you don't have to go over here. You can. It makes the next strafe easier. But if you go onto this corner, it will also work. Strafe there, land on this piston, jump up here, and get a weak slap boost here. That's important. Only press your spacebar once. That makes you not clip this portal, and gives you perfect momentum to jump below the ice head hitters right there. Then obviously spam your spacebar as much as you can. Jump to the right, and stay below the ice head hitters. Don't go to the left too early. Just stay below them as long as you can, because then you will make the jump up here, because not making this jump is really frustrating and obviously kills your run as well. Then you want to jump onto this block. You can also get head hitters here. I've just not been going for that because my momentum didn't line me up well, and I was also scared to fall into this hole. But you can technically go for it and save a little bit of time here. Then you want to not get any slab boosts here, and just jump on the side of this, jump over this slab, and land on the speed. Run through this little hallway, jump on top of the dispensers, and then use your back strafe to the right side of this glass, and get some head hitters there, and then get a final slap boost into the finish. And that's how to get a 126 on Aperture. It's obviously a really difficult map, and this relies on a lot of practice, but yeah, that's how you can do Aperture. Yeah, I hope you can kind of understand that. And now let's get into some tips for Yagrium. So one thing that changed about Yagrium was the way this tower works. So usually on Hive you had to grab jump boost twice to get up the tower. Now you only have to do it once, which makes a little bit of a difference. So let's see what you do here. So you want to jump up here 3 times, then your jump boost will run out. You won't get an extra jump like on Hive. So what you want to do here is, you want to get a slab boost off of these 2 slabs. And if you get a perfect one like this, you will be able to jump from this slab all the way down into the drop. Stay on the right side of the portal. You actually don't have to press anything. So what you want to do here is slab boost, jump off the slab. Don't press anything, just hold your sprint key and your W key. You won't clip anything, don't worry. And then just get a head hitter on the right side of the portal. It's really satisfying when you do it right. And yeah, that's it's just something that changed, so I wanted to mention it. And the second big change that I actually only know because Sir Untouchable told me is the way I approach the ending. So instead, you can watch the old ending if you want to. It's actually also on my channel. I still did it wrong there in my 115.9. This is a little bit faster run. So instead, you strafe here, and instead of jumping around this corner, you don't wait here. You just strafe immediately, and that actually saves a lot of time. I don't know why, but it's faster. Try it in your runs. Strafe immediately around the corner. It helps. Then you want to get a slap boost right there. Strafe again, and if you do this perfectly, you don't clip anything on this side here. It happens sometimes that you just hit the wall for a split second and it slows you down a little bit, but in the perfect scenario, you don't do that at all, and then you just want to run into the finish. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was kind of a breakdown of the new maps with all that is to it. If you want to watch the old 116 explained video on Yagrium, you can do it right here. I'll link it to you. I've already done that on Hive. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna see you in the next one, and yeah, keep grinding.